Hi, my name is Andrei Denisenko and welcome to this video series about 3 massive mistakes people who stutter are making that keep them away from fluency. First off, why am I sharing this? Let me start with just a bit of a backstory. When I graduated from college with a degree in law, I began to look for legal jobs, and I knew nothing about legal jobs. So I went through several things before I found a decent job, and one of those things was work in a legal publishing company. And I don't remember the job title, how they hooked me. In fact, what I was supposed to do is to go to the bookstores and offer their legal books to the stores. And I vividly remember how I came to the bookstore and there were a lot of people there. I was pretty nervous, waited in the line, and then approached that guy at the counter and asked whether they are interested in our books. And he was busy. He said, just ask another guy who's responsible for that, who's in charge for picking books for the store. And I said, thank you, turned around and went away. You see, I was supposed to talk there and I couldn't. Approaching that guy, that first guy, was such a big deal for me. It was a big feat for me. And it's amazing how little resistance it took to get me turned away. And it happened over and over in my life, in different situations, different settings. And that was the worst thing about my stuttering. Technically, I wanted to become fluent, but real goal was to express myself, to be able to express myself, to say what I want to say, to be active, and to do what I want and what I mean, not what suits my stuttering and my fear. And it took me around 20 years to get free from stutter. Now I'm running Free from Stutter course, which is a shortcut to fluency, and that's something I want to do, and I'm doing it. No more hiding, no more turning around or walking away. And again, it took me years and years to figure it out, and I want to give you the essence of it. I want to share with you 3 massive mistakes we're making that keep us away from fluency. And again, fluency is just a means, just a tool to get to that state of being when you're active and ready to swing for the fences. So thank you for jumping into this video series. After watching these videos, even if you don't go for Free from Stutter course, you will become a better expert at assessing and choosing speech therapies, treatments, and techniques. And knowing these 3 massive mistakes can help you with your speech right away. So let's get started. When we burn a hand on a hot pan, we instantly recoil and understand that we don't want to touch it again. Nature granted us with feelings, so we feel the pain, and with logic, so we connect, we link these together, action and the pain. And it generates fear that says, heads up, caution, so that next time we stay safe and just fine. With stuttering, it all happens in a similar way. Speaking with speech impediments is like feeling a sharp needle on your skin. It's painful. We don't like it. and we shirk, we hide from that situation going forward. We don't want to experience that again. And it is natural, it's not our fault. But this is the first massive mistake we're making: sitting in the shell. And by that I mean avoiding social interaction, hiding from speaking. So, do we want to be fluent or to speak better? Yes. But do we want to get outside of the shell for that? No. So we start looking for magic pills that can change our stuttering while we still stay inside here. So sitting in the shell equals looking for a magic pill, waiting for someone to solve the problem for you, waiting for some doctor to come and take the pain away. But usually all sorts of magic pills, they just don't weather the first encounter with real everyday life settings. Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But we still believe that it may happen, and we still look for this kind of solutions. And this road leads nowhere. So we just keep sitting and waiting. It's counterintuitive, but getting outside of the shell, being active and speaking, that's the only way. That's what we need to do. And we need it both in terms of improving our speech and establishing our self-worth and self-esteem. It's so crucial that we understand this first massive mistake. And we need to be frank with ourselves here. It's not just understanding conceptually, but really feeling it. And the techniques are important, but imagine you're using the right technique and still keep sitting in the shell. Believe me, you won't go far this way. This is gonna trip you up even with the best therapy. So your attitude, your approach, your mindset makes all the difference here. And I can tell you that based on my own experience. I knew that the method I was taking worked perfectly. I did all the exercises, but I didn't fully commit to getting outside the shell. And well, it took me some time to realize how critical it was. Once I got it, it changed everything for me. So sitting in the shell is mistake number one, probably the biggest mistake we're making. And you might say at this point, Andre, you're saying that it's natural. It's not my fault, that's just the way I am. So how can I get outside the shell? We need some strategy for that. Exactly. That's what we're gonna find in the next couple of videos. For now, as a practical step and a small assignment on getting outside the shell, please leave a comment below this video. Tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced being in the shell? And do you often find yourself there nowadays? So stay tuned. What do you think mistake number 2 and 3 are going to be? I'll see you there.